Uh, Hi, everybody. I am Drake Oranwood of the Society for Creative Anachronism. This is my performance garb, give or take. Not my normal backdrop, but I don't have a good green screen, so I can't put a nice Penzic background behind me. I'm going to take just a moment to finish getting ready, and I will get us started. Most of what I'm going to be performing today is going to be what we in the SCA call Bardic. A lot of that is original songs that are about the Middle Ages, or things that happened during them, or things that might have happened during them, or what we ourselves do. A couple of things I'm going to share with you will actually be from more the Renaissance. I'm late period, as you might guess from the garb. So I'm going to give you a couple of Elizabethan lute pieces with an approximation of an Elizabethan lute. I'll introduce you to Rosalind later. And I will do a couple of pieces that are not SCA related, because I get that this is not really an SCA event. It's a filk sing. And there's definitely going to be some filk song parody type stuff in here. So thank you all for your indulgence, and let's get started. So I mentioned that I go by Bard, which of course is a term that's used in lots of contexts, from D&D to to history, the history of Irish poets. What does it mean in the Society for Creative Anachronism? It means a number of things, and I'm going to pin to me so that I don't get thrown. There we go. Bards in the SCA have, in my opinion, a dual mandate, as I said, some of which I'm going to explore with you. Historic music and performance, but also original new performance. And that can be a conundrum, and that's what this song is about. Travel with me, I'll show you the mountain where there is treasure for those who wait. Here we find students, lovers of history, researchers working to recreate. They are unearthing stories and music that generations ago were heard. Lost scrolls and volumes just rediscovered. That's where these riches have been interred. Layer by layer, freeing these memories, leaving no stone and no source unturned. Soon you'll perform this piece, so prepare to be as authentic as what you've learned. Plant your feet in the earth and stand. Take a breath, be still and strong. Look each listener in the eye. Your connection is through your song. Craft and polish each note, each word. Time is short and the work is hard. Wield your voice and embrace your truth. They're the instruments of a bard. These are the instruments of a bard. Travel with me, I'll show you the valley. Bustling towns, busy streets and shops. Over the din now, do we hear music? For a few minutes, traffic stops. Here we find minstrels making their own songs. This one has never been heard before. People are tapping, singing along now. Spirits are lifted and yearn for more. Artisans are they, tirelessly working, weaving new tunes and new tales to share. Now after months of honing your spellcraft, here's how you cast it upon the air. Plant your feet in the earth and stand. Take a breath, be still and strong. Look each listener in the eye. Your connection is through your song. Craft and polish each note, each word. Time is short and the work is hard. Wield your voice and embrace your truth. They're the instruments of a bard. These are the instruments of a bard. Some in the valley claim that the scholars want the new songs to be heard no more. Some on the mountain say the new writers have no regard for what came before. I love researching lore on the mountain, yet in the valley there's work that's true. All of the beauty here in the archives, there was a time it was fresh and new. Which legacy then will you align with? How will you study and spend your days? Maybe you have a foot in each world, so what do you do when you're pulled both ways? Plant your feet in the earth and stand, take a breath, be still and strong. Look each listener in the eye. Your connection is through your song. Craft and polish each note, each word. Time is short and the work is hard. Wield in your voice and embrace your truth. They're the instruments of a bard. They're the instruments of a bard. All these are instruments of a bard. Thank you. Oh, cool. 1 second. I'm going to shift to the next piece. I have a set list ready, and so you know, I'm going to just shoot you guys a link if you find you like my stuff. That is my website. That piece is going to be is one of the ones that I'm recording for my second solo album, which should, if all goes well, be coming out next year. So let's move on to the next piece on the list. This piece I'm about to share is from my first solo album 5 years ago, called Hidden Gold, which you can definitely find on the website and other places if you find these interesting. This one is, well, is it a warning? Is it a come on? It's a little spicier. I hope you enjoy. This draws on my lore, my love of fae lore. A number of the songs I do are about fairy lore and the like. This is the one real representation today. Come to the window, my love, listen well, can you hear it? Beckoning you is the voice that has haunted your dream. Leave here the cross made of Rowan, you're guided by spirit. Surely you'll find what you're seeking outside by the stream. Feel the wind caught sharp through your dress, nothing you can hide that I can't caress. Come away, love, have I a name? Call me Will. Feel the wind caught sharp through your dress, nothing you can hide that I can't caress. Come away, love, have I a name? Call me Will. Come cross the bridge, follow Will, he can see that you're aching. Most wouldn't notice, they'd say you're a wisp of a girl. Will loves a wisp, and he knows when she's ready for taking. See how my song makes you dance as you smile and you twirl. Like the river, pulled ever on, you'll have walked so far when they know you're gone, that they may, love, never track you down the hill. Like the river pulled ever on, you'll have walked so far when they know you're gone, that they may, love, never track you down the hill. See not the rags that I wear, nor the leaves in my hair. Love will leads you on through the night by the sparks in his eyes. Deep through the woods, just a bit further on, and we're there. Love Will has prepared a delight, and for you a surprise. You are fire, burning within, all the heat you hold in that tender skin might allay, love, some of my heart's icy chill. You are fire, burning within, all the heat you hold in that tender skin might allay, love, some of my heart's icy chill. Take a few steps in the mire and you feel yourself sinking. Will stops the fear in your eyes with a languorous kiss. Child, did you not hear my warnings? Oh, what were you thinking? No, you're not thinking at all. Will has trapped you in bliss. Into earth I'll take you at last, and I'll own you all. I'll hold you fast, for I'm fey, love. Just close your eyes and be still. Into earth I'll take you at last, and I'll own you all, and I'll hold you fast, for I'm fey, love. Just close your eyes and be still. Yes, I'm fey, love, will of the wisp. Call me Will. Thank you again. Okay. Now, let's take a break. As we said, this is a filk sing. It's time for a little bit of filk, and let's talk about it. This is a piece that a friend of mine who goes by Cedar the Barefoot, a good friend of mine, a wonderful bard. I asked them to help me collaborate on this next piece a few years ago, and they were happy to oblige and really lent it all of the rich Viking lore that they are familiar with and I am not. The result is this. Okay. I see what's happening here. You've grabbed yourself a legend, so to speak, and I understand how you feel. He's deplorable. Well, I'm glad that Vikings turn the other cheek. Loosen those fists, those stares of death. I confess it's me, it's Loki. Take a breath. I know you're excited, everyone, but you're clutching one of Odin's sons. What can I say except I'm sorry for the lives that I have marred. Hey, it's okay, I'm sorry. I guess I'm just a pain in the ass guard. Hey, who has a silver tongue made to lie and causes things to go awry? This guy with the giant bold who sired the goddess down below. You're looking at him, yo. Oh, also I cut off Sif's long hair. I'm sorry, but I was bored and drunk, I swear. Also I angered some dwarves. Not sorry, they're still the hammer they made Thor. So what can I say except I'm sorry, not sorry for the time I dressed Thor like a bride, like the sister of Frey. Okay, I'm sorry, not sorry. I laughed so hard I swear I nearly died. I'm sorry, not sorry. I'm sorry, not sorry. So really, if I may, folks, honestly, I could go on and on. I could explain every awful phenomenon. The snake, the horse, the hound. Oh, that was Loki just messing around. Eden was kicked at my fault, I suppose. I had no guilt. It's the path that I chose. What's the lesson? What do the people say? Loki's so tricky, you really should keep away. And the snake venom here on my face is a mark of my greatest disgrace. Look what I've done. I made Ragnarok happen. Everyone's screaming and running. I'm too busy laughing. Well, anyway, let me say I'm sorry for the horrible world you know. Hey, it's okay, I'm sorry. So really, if it's cool, I gotta go. Yes, I'm gonna pay and say I'm sorry. What you doing with that rope? Hey, it's okay, I'm sorry. Those aren't Narfy's guts, I really hope. I'm sorry, not sorry, I'm sorry, not sorry. Oopsie? Thank you. Second here. Okay. Thank you for that one. Now, let's talk about, as we said, let's see if we can make a little bit of Renaissance music, Elizabethan in this case. This is a lute guitar. But it's quite serviceable, as really is any guitar, but I like the look, for creating Elizabethan lute music. The guitar has very, very similar tuning, so it's a slight adjustment. Almost there. And happily, Nile gut strings stay in tune really well. There we go. And now to shift it into tenor lute early music key. This is a piece by John Dowland, probably the most famous of the Elizabethan lute composers. He's well known for melancholy, lugubrious pieces. This is, however, proof that he can be, when he wants, just as quirky and unpredictable as the weather. Clear or cloudy, sweet as April showering, smooth or frowning, so is her face to me. Pleased or smiling, like mild May all flowering, when skies blue silk and meadows carpets be, her speech as notes of that night bird that singeth, who thought, oh, sweet, yet jarring notes out ringeth, her speech as notes of that night bird that singeth, who thought, oh, sweet, yet jarring notes out ringeth. Her grace like June, when earth and trees be trimmed in best attire of complete beauty's height. Her love again, like summer's days, be dimmed with little clouds of doubtful constant faith. Her trust, her doubt, like rain and heat in skies, gently thundering, she lightning to mine eyes. Her trust, her doubt, like rain and heat in skies, gently thundering, she lightning to mine eyes. Sweet summer spring, that breatheth life and growing in weeds as in to herbs and flowers, and seas of service, diverse sorts in sowing, some happily seeming and some being rain on your herbs and flowers that truly serve, and let your weeds lack dew and duly stored. Rain on your herbs and flowers that truly serve, and let your weeds lack dew and duly serve. Thank you. We'll put Rosalind away for the moment. We may spend more time with her if time permits. Thank you. Now, let's talk about. Let's change something.
Drake, sorry to interrupt you. For all those people who are trying to reach out to me and have individual conversations, right now I'm rather busy fighting the bot, so I can't answer 5 or 6 conversations. Please continue, Drake.
No problem. Thank you, Myth Gilligan. So, let's actually, while we're here, let's just move right into not quite the present moment. This is a piece I wrote long before I really got active in Bardic, reflective of, well, let's see, two financial turnovers ago, back in the very, very, very early 2000s, when I decided to do the exciting thing, the smart thing, the brave thing, and joined an internet startup. We're fighting a soft war, but our dedication is real hardcore. We're fighting a soft war. Things won't be the same anymore. Well, I see you all are trembling, but have no fear, cause I'm a senior software engineer. People skills may not be my thing, but I promise I can make your website sing. Now you got a killer app, don't be a sap. The whole market's not just gonna fall in your lap. You need world-class code when they click that mouse. And that's why they're hiring me in-house. We've joined the soft war. There's no predicting what's in store. We've joined in the soft war. Things won't be the same anymore. They need a rollout date, but this company's dead. Don't worry, all the requirements are in my head. I tell you 6 months, but that'd be a crime, because that's 10 years in internet time. You tell me it's secure, you better be sure. I think maybe we should test it 3 weeks more. We need to redesign this. UI stinks, but who really cares what a techie thinks? We're off to the soft war. We're idea rich, but kind of cash poor. We're off to the soft war. I'm not sure I can take anymore. Well, yesterday the NASDAQ was high and comfy, but now it's coming down like Humpty Dumpty. Suddenly the boom is off the rose. What happened to all those IPOs? Yesterday's .coms, today's .bombs. Investors are hearing their panic alarms. The money's dried up, it's just not fair. They swore they'd make me a millionaire. We must win the soft war. This other site has features galore. We must win the soft war. I'm not sure I can take anymore. We lost a lot of staff, but I'm still here, and I'm a senior software engineer. The turnover rate's giving me a scare. Right now, I'm way too tired to care. We're rolling out the code, can the server take a load? I need some sleep soon, or my brain will explode. But this desk is gonna be where I live, till this company's cash flow positive. We're fighting a soft war, and our dedication is real hardcore. We're fighting a soft war. I'm not sure I can take anymore. We're fighting a soft war. Sometimes they treat me like I'm just a whore. We're fighting a soft war. I'm not sure I can take, I'm not sure I can take, I'm not sure I can take anymore. Thank you. All right. let's get back to Bardic then. This is actually the opening track from Hidden Gold. Kind of fun. I remember asking around as I got into it a number of years ago, what do bards do? What do you expect them to do in the SCA? And I heard people say things like, well, they should commemorate the great deeds of Cadence and their victories in war. War's not always my thing. So I found myself going, well, how can I stick to the letter of the requirement, but have it still be something I want to say? And the result was this. A mighty sovereign did escape his enemies of war. By stealth, the rogues had captured him not quite 2 days before. Unarmored and on foot across the countryside went he, and not a soul who saw him would know him for royalty. He for the nonce must stay in flight till he regained his steel. But when he rejoined the fight, they would feel the might of the king. They would feel the might of the king. As dusk approached, he came upon what might have been a farm. 'Twas in no state for planting, but could shelter him from harm. The woman there seemed not the sort inclined to take a guest. So in their liege's name, he begged a place that night to rest. Stop, vagabond, have you no shame? I'll not shed you a tear. Though my stable's yours to claim, I'll not hear the name of the king. I'll not hear the name of the king. So eager was our prince to prove his fighting father's son. He tore this land to shreds, and yet the bloodshed's never done. This farm has failed like all the rest since he took up the throne. His wars devoured my sons and husband, now I'm here alone. She spoke every word, poison dart, bitter, hard, and fierce, with no courtesy or art. And it pierced the heart of the king. And it pierced the heart of the king. He slept on straw and bid the widow farewell on the morn. By noon his men saw him return and blew the battle horn. Your Majesty is back, and now to slaughter them we go. Belay that, said the king, and called parley with the foe. My liege, said his marshal, that's absurd. You've got them. Why release? Because my command you've heard. Now make peace the word of the king. Now make peace the word of the king. He yielded up his conquest, told his generals to disband. He sent his soldiers home, poured out his coffers to the land. No glory earns a king who lays his father's sword to rust. The nobles and their chroniclers consigned him to the dust. But in the countryside his fame the generations cheered. Like a bright enduring flame, they revered the name of the king. They revered the name of the king. They revered the name of the king. Thank you. So, doing okay so far, it sounds like? I'm having fun. I'm gonna give this a little break because, hot. I'll put it back on in a minute. One thing I think most of us in the varied field communities have in common is, we are geek communities. We are generally held together through volunteer efforts. And the people who feel that compulsion, that love of volunteering are our life's blood, without which we would collapse. So last year, I think, there was an opportunity I'd been asked, or rather there had been a call put out by our then king and queen for certain filks from a certain particular band that the king was quite fond of. And I found myself thinking, I wanted to pay homage and tribute to those who volunteer. Wherever we are, whatever community we're part of, we can't do it without them. And that isn't always easy. I've been getting burned out here in my local group. So I've made up my mind, really must fly the coop. But there's a need, will I ever learn service by deed? And I suddenly lose control when I already have 3 roles. Just one word, I lose all my command. You say you need just one more pair of hands. Whoa, whoa, carpe diem. Here I go again, my, why'd I put my hand up? Carpe diem, got that glow again, my, I swear I never planned to. Yes, I must be demented. Look what that last event did to me. Please don't laugh, I volunteered. Carpe diem. Guess I never know why do I have to volunteer? I can't count all the times that I've said it's enough. I'm frustrated and sad, you keep calling my bluff. Each time I go, when I shut the door, I think you know that I'm not gonna last a week. Can't say no to my band of geeks. Just one word and I lose all my command. You say you need just one more pair of hands. Whoa, whoa, carpe diem. Here I go again, my, why did I put my hand up? Carpe diem, got the glow again, my, swear I never planned to. Yes, I must be demented. Look what that last event did to me. Please don't laugh, I volunteered. Carpe diem, even when I say bye-bye, this time I'm retiring. Carpe diem. That's the game I play. Just say, oh, you're so inspiring. Carpe diem. Here I go again. My, why did I put my hand up? Carpe diem. Got the glow again. My, swear I never planned to. Yes, I must be demented. Look what that last event did to me. Please don't laugh, I volunteered. Carpe diem. Guess I'll never know why do I have to volunteer? Thank you. All right. Time looks okay so far. Thank you for your vigilance. It seems like so far we are on track, potentially to be able to cover the entire set list in the time we have remaining. We'll see. So this is a piece that I wrote on commission from a woman who asked me to write a song of praise for her daughter, Thora, who is bright and loving and radiant and neurodivergent. I was very excited at the prospect because her daughter is a lot like my son, who is not that unlike me. This was the result, and this piece will also be on next year's Hold the Door Open album. Look who's up early, good morning, my love. Yes, come give me an embrace, but please take care for my ribs and my lungs. They'll need to fit back in place. Let us walk the village when some of them stare. I see they don't understand. For your path's your own, it may wind through the air. You find adventures that nobody planned. Shine, child, you are amazing. Each day you fill me with joy and with pride. You're divine, child, brilliant and blazing, lighting the world as my hope and my guide. Fathomless in your design, whether or not you align. Still I see what is mine. You leave spots in my eyes as you shine. Some things you learn at a dizzying pace, others will bring you to tears. Your mind is leaping like it's in a race, with no concern for your years. You will grab a notion and never let go. Do even you understand? Oh, I tried to shield you, but I've come to know sometimes you don't want a steadying hand. Shine, child, you are amazing. Each day you fill me with joy and with pride. You're divine, child, brilliant and blazing, lighting the world as my hope and my guide, fathomless in your design. Whether or not you align, still I see what is mine. You leave spots in my eyes as you shine. Forging connections was hard for so long. I watched you struggle alone. Maybe I helped love, but you are so strong. You found a way on your own. There's a tribe that's hidden, and you are a part, more than I might understand. Each one's so unique, but your generous heart brings them together and helps them expand. Shine, child, you are amazing. Each day you fill me with joy and with pride. You're divine, child, brilliant and blazing, lighting the world as my hope and my guide, fathomless in your design. Whether or not you align, still I see what is mine. You leave spots in my eyes as you shine. You leave spots in my eyes as you shine. You leave spots in my eyes as you shine. Thank you. All right. Let's see. I think we're okay. Time to put that back up. All right. Let's bring Rosalind back out. Quickly here, if I tune. One more lute piece for the day. Come on. This is Thomas Campion, not quite as well known as Dowland, and his lute arrangements are less complex. But one thing I particularly like about Campion is that he wrote all his own lyrics. He wrote the words and the music to go together, which was rather unique for this repertoire. And the result are songs that can be a little wittier sometimes. This one is a little risque, but what's a little risk among friends? I care not for these ladies who must be wooed and prayed. Give me kind Amaryllis, the wanton country maid. Nature's art disdaineth, her beauty is her own. For when we court and kiss, she cries, forsooth, let go. But when we come, where comfort is, she never will say no. If I love Amaryllis, she gives me fruit and flowers. But if we love these ladies, we must give golden showers. Behave. Give them gold that sell love. Give me the nut brown lass. When we court and kiss, she cries, forsooth, let go. But when we come where comfort is, she never will say no. These ladies must have pillows and beds by strangers wrought. Give me a bower of willows, of moss and leaves unbought, and kind amaryllis, on milk and honey fed. When we court and kiss, she cries, forsooth, let go. But when we come, where comfort is, she never will say no. When we court and kiss, she cries, forsooth, let go. But when we come, where comfort is, she never will say no. Thank you. And thank you, Rosalind. You've been in very good voice today. And one last breakout completely from period. To earlier geek, more pop style work. This one is for my wife, Jessica. It's the first song I really wrote with her specifically in mind. And I decided to go a little overboard. Someone we met at the time mentioned that when he was courting his wife of a number of years, he had written her a note with roses are red, violets are blue, sugar is sweet. And I remember in the back of my head, I wouldn't say that loud, going, really? Really? You could make that work? I can't imagine a variation on roses are red, violets are blue, possibly working as a romantic gesture, and a little voice in the back of my head said, that sounds like a dare. So I kind of dared myself, and I ended up with something really outside my normal comfort zone, a little southern rock, Eagles-ish, country-ish kind of thing. But I liked it, and my soon fiance liked it, so let me share it with you now. Bum, 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 bum. Gotta pretend I can play guitar. We'll see. My friends have been embarrassing me all day today. They're all treating me like I'm a hopeless case. They keep asking what's her name. I know they're wondering who's to blame for this stupid smile that's plastered to my face. A few days ago I was so tired and bored of my life. All the colors had dulled down to shades of gray. But then you took me by surprise. What have you done, girl, to my eyes? I'm seeing technicolor, rich and bright as day. I can't remember when things ever looked this way. I woke up this morning and I saw that roses are red. And then I noticed violets are blue. For the first time it occurred to me that sugar is sweet. Deep down I know it's all because of you. Yes, deep down I know it's all because of you. Girl, when you crossed my path, I had no thought of romance. It was the last thing I believed I'd ever find. Now look where this has led. I'm writing mash notes in my head, and the worst part of it all is I don't mind. I never realized that I was colorblind. I woke up this morning and I saw that roses are red, and then I noticed violets are blue. It was a pleasant shock when I found out that sugar is sweet. Though I have a hunch it's not as sweet as you. Yes, I have a hunch it's not as sweet as you. I must have lost my mind when we went walking last night. Did I get drunk without a drop of wine? I just turned to look at you, And the next thing that I knew, your soft, full, warm lips were touching mine. My senses came alive and liked it fine. And in the morning I woke up and saw that roses are red. And then I noticed violets are blue. For the first time it occurred to me that sugar is sweet, but there's nothing in this world as sweet as you. No, there's nothing in this world as sweet as you. Thank you. Okay.
Okay, Drake, it is 4:47 right now. See if you can wrap up by 4:55 or so, because people have to go to the Facebook page now and check the links, because I'm not giving them out on the web anymore.
Okay. All right. Then depending on how this one, I may have time for one or two. This next one I have is a little longer than some, but it's one I think I feel really good about. This is actually my newest song and is the title song for next year's album. And it's about the importance in our SCA community and in geek communities in general of really thinking about and figuring out how to live what inclusion means. I reached out to a number of different friends and made new friends with different perspectives who could help make sure that as I took this set of tales from the Arthurian legend and wove them together, that the representation I was attempting to capture felt appropriate to them. And I was very grateful for all the help I received on it. Will you hearken a while? For I must speak of Gareth, my brother, my teacher, my friend, of the youngest and best of the 4 brothers Orkney, but all stories come to an end. He inquired once, Gawain, will you do me a service? My friend here needs somewhere to stay. It was Brangwyn, the handmaid of princesses old. I had heard she'd been stolen away. Please, Gawain, keep her safe from all eyes, I implore you. I said, Gareth, what's this affair? For what business should knights keep young women in hiding? He cut off my words with glare. Are we chivalry's legends? Read closely the tale. In the margins it shows if we thrive or we fail. Dear Gawain, eldest brother I prize and adore. You will learn that as knights we owe more. What might we hold if we hold the door open? What could we have if a haven we make? If we stand in need and we hold the door open, the might of our table won't break. The might of our table won't break. Brangwyn said, my Isolde was in love with a young man, but he was to marry a king. So her mother contrived to ensure this alliance, and she took me under her wing. I would pour her a drink that would change Isolde's passion, make her husband king in her eyes. I refused to do wrong to a lady's consent. Then she seized me, ignoring my cries. A cold night in the woods might bring me to my senses, so I was left bound to a tree. Palamedes, the Saracen, came to my aid. He believed me, and he set me free. Will you keep Gareth's promise that I won't be caught? Lady Brangwyn, forgive me, I'd given no thought. Sir Gawain, women all be we servants or wives, should have sovereignty over our lives. What might we hold if we hold the door open? What could we choose with a choice freely ours? If we stand in trust and we hold the door open, our kingdom might shine like the stars. Our kingdom might shine like the stars. So I left her and sought after Sir Palamedes, who each man he faced he'd unseat. But no matter his valor, each tournament day, but the Saracen end in defeat. Palamedes, I asked him when we were alone, have you been holding back from your best? He said, one of my colour outshining these knights, Sir Gawain, that's a risk I'll not test. Many say that I'm pining for princesses old, but it's Brangwyn who's captured my heart. She accepts me in fullness and gave me her word that my faith would not keep us apart. I said, good Palamedes, a fool have I been, for your chivalry's not in your faith or your skin. When he held Brangwyn close on the day they were wed, I remember the words that he said. What might we hold if we hold the door open? What is it worth if we value each soul? If we stand in truth and we hold the door open, our kingdom might truly be whole. Our kingdom might truly be whole. You recall Gareth first came to Camelot nameless and served in the kitchen a year. You discovered his virtues and you gave him knighthood, but there's more I need you to hear. A few days before Yule, I approached him in private and said, there's a kinship I sense. I could swear you were Gwyneth, my sweet darling sister. What mean you behind this pretense? Oh, Gawain, hear me please, that is my name no longer. The lady nor lord strikes me true, but it's knighthood that calls me. If you keep my secret, then I'll be a brother to you. Thus at Pentecost next our young knight won a claim for a place at the table round bore Gareth's name. Oh, we Orkneys, we kept this conspiracy fast, but he idolized you to the last. What might we hold if we hold the door open? What could we dream if we dreamed it for all? If we stand in pride and we hold the door open, our fellowship, how could it fall? Our fellowship, how could it fall? Some months back, Gareth said, keep your eye upon Mordred. He's stirring up fear and dissent. I responded, what mean you? He is our half-brother. How can you malign his intent? Brangwyn told me, Gawain, that he laid hands upon her when she declared she was wed. Mordred hinted this place knew its share of adultery. A queen might be caught in her bed. Have you heard how he whispers that Saracen blood is a blight with no place in our court? Gareth Mordred is kin, and the son of King Arthur. I've seen nothing like you report. You must heed me, Gawain. There are those who speak fair, but their words, they are venom, their questions a snare. They will rise up by fostering division and hate. Don't you see what's at risk if we wait? Who must we hold if we hold the door open? Who of our kind is unkind at the core? If we stand alert and we hold the door open, there are some we must show the door. There are some we must show the door. We arrive, Lancelot, the end of our story. For Gareth, he died at your hand. When you saved Guinevere, you saw not who her guard was, precisely as Mordred had planned. With his death I fell prey to my grief and my fury, and Arthur I pledged him to war. Though I know you loved Gareth as dearly as I did, I could not forgive any more. I helped Camelot fall as I sought you in combat, and this wound may cost me my life. Palamedes at last gives the counsel I needed. My brother sought justice, not strife. So I ask Lancelot, will you pledge Gareth's creed? Will you welcome the lost and defend those in need? Will you pass on this mission until your last breath, so our brother knight lives beyond death? What might we hold if we hold the door open? How could we live if we lived what we learned? If we stand in love and we hold the door open, could we see our kingdom returned? What must we hold if we hold the door open? How could the cost not be worth the reward? If we stand in hope and we hold the door open, there may come a day it's restored. There may come a day it's restored. Thank you. And that concludes my set.
Okay, folks, I'm going to switch over now. So the chat